A move by the RCMP to demonstrate its, quote, values of reconciliation, equity, diversity, and inclusion seems to have backfired. On Wednesday, the RCMP announced the addition of the RCMP ribbon skirt to the ceremonial uniform. But the reaction from Indigenous peoples was so swift and fierce, the RCMP turned off the comment sections on social media. Our Truth and Politics panel is here to discuss. Jennifer Lewitz is a policy analyst with War Shield, and Niigaan Sinclair is a columnist with the Winnipeg Free Press. Niigaan, Jennifer, thanks for being with us this week. Niigaan, what are your thoughts on the RCMP's announcement of the addition of the RCMP ribbon skirt to the ceremonial uniform?
It's, I don't know who's running the comms over there, or the communications department over there, but it's certainly ill-timed with a trial going on amongst the tremendous attention that's being paid to trauma that Indigenous peoples have experienced over a long history. And on top of that, the RCMP have been the perpetrators of much of that trauma, a great deal of that trauma, not at all, but a great deal of it. And it's almost putting reconciliation before truth. There's been very little responsibility that's been taken for the harm that RCMP officers and the institution itself has harmed since going all the way back to the first steps of Confederation. And so while I appreciate they want to participate in the kind of reconciliation regalia that different industries and institutions have been using, especially this time of year when graduations are taking place, and important days of the National Day of Truth Reconciliation and for so on. Those, it's just premature at the very minimum. It's just really an ill-timed, poorly thought out event, and poorly thought out because it's not, taking our sacred items like an eagle staff and a ribbon dress, and then just simply doing that without asking permission or talking to communities, really reeks of a lot of appropriation.
It looks like from the photo, too, they couldn't even get an Indigenous person in the photo. Jennifer, your take on all of this?
Yeah, that representation not existing in the photo is a huge problem because why not? I've been trying to figure out what's going on behind the scenes with this entire issue, and I am hearing that they did consult with some of their own Indigenous officers within the force, which is fine. I respect the people that, put their lives on the line, and if there's Indigenous officers in the force, that's completely okay. But at the same time, I echo what Niigaan said. I worry about the consultation that was done for this, and not just consultation with officers, but our knowledge keepers and our elders, because my mind immediately goes to residential school survivors and their families that still carry that trauma with that relationship with the RCMP. And, we're hearing reports that the RCMP is still failing Indigenous people across the country, especially in their treatment of unhoused Indigenous women in the Northwest Territories. So exactly, you can't participate in reconciliation without acknowledging the truth first. We're still seeing the TRC calls to actions not be completed. So what is the end goal here?
Niigaan, as mentioned, the RCMP turned off the comments on the social media posts, but of course people were still sharing them and able to comment that way. I've yet to see any positive comments. Have you, and what do you make of turning the comments off on what should have been or what they must have assumed was a good news announcement?
I don't know who is over there thinking about communications and with how this looks, but clearly they have no ability to understand how the community would have responded to this. This absolutely would not be something that the community would be seeking to do without at least, at very bare minimum, some kind of partnership with an Indigenous organization, maybe a group of elders or someone outside of the RCMP in Indigenous communities who would perhaps be working with or standing alongside, or at the very minimum recognizing that this would be an act that would receive consent from Indigenous elders, from knowledge keepers, from those who have been harmed. I mean, Jennifer's right. The wounds are very deep when it comes to the RCMP, and the fact that the RCMP won't take responsibility or won't make some kind of moment of gesture or recognition for the harms that they have participated in, maybe in small scales over events here and there, but certainly have not on a broad scale participated in much of the instances just by residential schools alone. And so to do this act is just really tone deaf, and it really isn't something that I think people are going to be feeling very favorable about. And until such time, I don't see this as something that I would want to wear, even if I am an Indigenous officer.
Jennifer, is there anything the RCMP can do to demonstrate its, quote, values of reconciliation, equity, diversity, and inclusion?
Yeah, they can make sure that they're not actively, how do I say this? When we still see reports like we're seeing from the Northwest Territories that was just put out in the Canadian press by Alessia Passafume last month, saying, you know, like if you read that report about unhoused Indigenous women being mistreated by RCMP officers, in that report it alleges that either all of those women have been mistreated or know someone that has. So what are we doing to actively make sure that we're not even rebuilding, but building the trust initially with the RCMP and law enforcement across the country? But to me, yeah, this just seems performative at best and almost borderline insulting as well, because it's like, oh, well, this is just a step in the right direction while we continue to actively not make the problem any better.
Jennifer Negon, we'll have to leave it there, but appreciate you as always. Thanks for being back this week.
Yeah, you watch.